today we will move on to a new concept, which is number of meeting points. Okay. So everyone, I want everyone to just note these things in your notebook, or maybe take a screenshot and save it somewhere. So this is the concept, and it is very self-intuitive. There is nothing to समझ में नहीं आना चाहिए. So see, if I say after how much time will A and B meet at the starting point if the speed is X and Y, okay? So TA is basically the time taken by A to complete first round, to complete one round. TB is the time taken by B to complete second round. So of course it has to be LCM of TA comma TB, right? This should be intuitive. क्योंकि एक को अगर 2 सेकंड लग रहे हैं राउंड कंप्लीट करने में, दूसरे को 3 सेकंड लग रहे हैं, सो यू जस्ट डू अ कैलकुलेशन कि 6 सेकंड बाद ही जाके वो स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट पे मिलेंगे. सो फर्स्ट थिंग फर्स्ट, ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड दीज थिंग्स बाय योरसेल्फ. ये लॉजिकल है, इसमें कुछ भी रटना नहीं है. ओके. नेक्स्ट थिंग इज आफ्टर हाउ मच टाइम विल A and B meet on the track for the first time if the speed is X and Y respectively. Okay. सेकंड, फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन था कि स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट पे कब मिलेंगे. ओके. नाउ सेकंड क्वेश्चन इज कि वो ट्रैक पे कहीं भी कहां कब मिलेंगे. ओके. सो अगर उनकी स्पीड सेम डायरेक्शन में, देन आई नो कि दिस इज अ क्वेश्चन ऑफ रिलेटिव स्पीड, कि मैं रिलेटिव डिस्टेंस इज L. ओके. तो रिलेटिव डिस्टेंस इज L and relative speed will be X minus Y if they're moving in the same direction, and relative speed will be X plus Y if they're moving in the opposite direction. So anyone has any doubts अभी तक? ये clear है कि ये formula कहाँ से आ रहा है? Now third thing is a direct shortcut which you must have seen in the remedial videos as well. कि if the ratio of the speeds are X is to Y in the lowest form, ये lowest form बहुत ज़्यादा जरूरी है. अगर मैं बोलूँ कि 4:6 का ratio है, then you have to simplify it to 2:3. And what I'm saying is, if both are running in the similar direction, they will meet at X minus Y equidistant points on the circle, and if they're moving on the opposite direction, they will meet at X plus Y equidistant points on the circle, which means agar ratio of the speed is say 4:6, I will simplify it to the simplest form, which is 2:3, and I'll say if they're moving in the same direction, they will meet at one distinct point on the circle, and if they're moving in the opposite direction, they will meet at 5 distinct points on the circle. 5 equidistant point, which means अगर तुमको एंगल निकालना है, you can do it like 360 degree by 572 degree एंगल पे मिलेंगे हर. And one point ये, which means ये हमेशा origin पे ही मिलेंगे अगर speed is in the ratio of 2:3. Great. So now we will just solve a couple of questions on the same concept. Please solve this. It should be solvable in 20-25 seconds. Directly question देके सिर्फ आंसर ही लिखना है इसमें, मतलब एक कुछ भी करने का नहीं है तुमको. See the question and write the answer. But having said that, थोड़ा सा तुमको दिमाग लगाना पड़ेगा कि HCF लेना है या LCM लेना है. Hence, this question is not like very directly formula-based question.
Sir, actually, I was trying to do that the difference between the any two speeds is 4 minus 7 is 3, 7 minus 9 is 2, and 4 minus 9 is 5.
So this is, the speed ka ratio is 4:7:9, right? And they are traveling in the same direction. Okay.
Right. So then I found the difference of these two pairs.
Why?
And
why? Vishal. So when you're saying difference of 4 and 7 is 3, what do you mean by that? इसका मतलब क्या हुआ?
They are meeting at the 3 points.
Who?
In a circle.
Who?
A and B.
A and B are meeting at 3 distinct points on a circle, right? Which means अगर ये मेरा circle है, they're meeting at in 3 points, right? Because ये तीनों equidistant point होने चाहिए. ठीक है?
Right.
Now let's talk about B and C. They are meeting at how many points?
2 points.
2 points. तो अब ये वाले points क्या होंगे? This and this.
Yes.
So now इन तीनों को अगर मुझे मिलाना है तो?
So and for A and C, they will be meeting at distinct 5 points. So
but why do you have to
for
go
all?
No, Vishal. So why do you have to go to A and C? तुमने पता कर लिया A और B 3 points पे मिल रहे हैं, B और C 2 points पे मिल रहे हैं, बस उसके बाद तो जरूरत ही नहीं है NC की.
Common is origin only. So they will meet
common is only origin, right? Which means what do we do? हमने पहले difference लिया है, then we say HCF of 3,2 has to be my answer, which is 1. Okay. Now, Vishal, you would answer me the next question. अभी मैं कह रहा हूँ कि ये C reverse direction में जा रहा है बस. Okay. So क्या होगा?
So they will meet at 16
points. Okay. मतलब don't be scared. बताओ. They'll meet at 16 points.
Right.
तो वापस आंसर क्या होगा?
one only.
क्यों?
Sir, because if we divide the circle in 16 parts and rest in 3
वो
parts,
विशाल
then
मैंने एक्सप्लेन करने के लिए किया था, वो लॉजिक सही है, बट हमको एग्जाम में कैसे करना है? डायरेक्टली एचसीएफ ले लेना है उनका.
अच्छा,
HCF of
okay,
3,16 is 1, which means answer has to be 1.
okay,
So answer of this is
okay.
1, answer of this is 1.
Yes, sir.
Please explain B part to everyone.
सर ये बी एंड ए एंड बी 3 टाइम्स कैसे मिलेंगे वो मुझे नहीं समझ में आया.
मैंने लास्ट में क्या लॉजिक बताया था, अगर स्पीड का रेशियो उनके सिंपलेस्ट फॉर्मेट में है तो जो डिफरेंस होता है उसमें मिलता है, राइट?
ओके ओके
ये
Okay.
लास्ट में x
Yes,
minus
yes.
y equidistant points, वही लॉजिक लगाया है. ओके, या iterative, please do a B part.
Sir, meeting points between A and B can be calculated by the ratio which will be 3:7.
3:7:9 will be the new ratio. So meeting points कितने हैं इन दोनों के?
4.
4. And then
7 and 9 would be 2.
okay, so if they're moving in the same direction, right, then answer will be
Yes. For all three, it will be 2 common meeting points.
answer will be 2 common points if they're moving in the same direction. And what if they're moving in the opposite direction? Say C is moving like this, then
It will be 4.
it will be 4 because it will be 16 here and HCF of 4, 16 is 4. Very good.
Got it.
See, HCF तो हमेशा लेना है. पहले क्या करना है, सेम डायरेक्शन में करना है तो बता दो. A और B 3 पॉइंट्स में मिलेंगे, डिफरेंस B and C 7 - 9 2 पॉइंट्स में मिलेंगे. देन बिकॉज ये 3 डिस्टिंक्ट पॉइंट्स है, ये 2 डिस्टिंक्ट पॉइंट्स है, अब इन दोनों का HCF ले लो. HCF क्यों? क्योंकि हमको इन दोनों में से भी एक कॉमन पॉइंट निकालना है. अभी तुमको करना क्या है, तुमको पहले दो का पेयर लेना है, राइट नंदिनी? सो इफ इट इज से 8:14:9, सो व्हाट यू विल डू इज पहले इन दोनों का लोगे. ये दोनों कितने पॉइंट्स में मिलेंगे? सिंपलीफाई कर लो, 6:7, so they will meet at 1 distinct point. Then इन दोनों का ले लो 5 distinct point, then HCF ले लो 1. Please do this question. I've just added a very small application, बहुत ही बेसिक सा मैंने एप्लीकेशन बस ऐड कर दिया इस क्वेश्चन में, बाकी एग्जैक्टली सेम क्वेश्चन है. निकिता प्लीज गो ऑन.
सर इसमें टाइम देख रखा है तो टाइम का रेशियो अपोजिट हो जाएगा, स्पीड का रेशियो अपोजिट हो जाएगा टाइम से.
वेरी गुड. सो स्पीड का रेशियो कितना हो जाएगा?
5:6:15.
सो ओके, 5:6:15 कैसे आया बताना.
नहीं सर, मैंने उसको अपोजिट कर दिया.
एलसीएम कितना होगा इन तीनों का? 5 और 15
एलसीएम 60.
60 हो जाएगा, राइट? तो सिर्फ 60 से मल्टीप्लाई करना है पूरे को. कितना होगा ये?
4:30
होगा LCM सर.
होगा सर इसमें.
मतलब ठीक है, इट डजंट मैटर 30 रहना है 60 रहना है. निकिता कितना होगा? इसको simplify करो.
4:10:12.
ठीक है, इसको वापस सिंप्लीफाई करो.
2:5:6.
ठीक है. नाउ टेल मी if they all are moving in the same direction, what should be my answer?
सर 2 और A और B 3 टाइम्स मिलेंगे और 5 और 6 1 टाइम.
So what's the answer?
1.
1. And अभी C अगर रिवर्स डायरेक्शन में चलेगा तो
11 टाइम्स.
then answer will
1
be
is the answer.
1.
1.
Very good. बहुत सिंपल हो गया, राइट एवरीवन? इजीली सॉल्वेबल. अभी नेक्स्ट टाइम ये क्वेश्चन देखो ना तो मतलब the मजा तब आएगा then when you can see the question and solve it in 10 15 20 seconds even in the actual mock. Ankur आ जाओ, please explain to everyone.
8 था क्या पहला 60 सेकंड?
बताओ कैसे किया 60?
सो पहले तो एक बार चेक कर लिया कि कहाँ मीट करेंगे. सो 2:4:5, so 1 meeting point ही आ रहा है when they are moving in the same direction. So starting point पे मिलेंगे.
2:4:5 है.
हाँ, और 1:2 होगा पहले के लिए, तो 1.
ठीक है सर, सेम फर्स्ट मीटिंग पॉइंट आ रहा है. ठीक है.
ठीक है. फिर जो मीटिंग पॉइंट होगा वो LCM ऑफ टाइम होगा, राइट? That
करेक्ट
they are individually taking.
करेक्ट.
So A is taking 45 seconds.
ओके.
Then B is taking 45/2.
ओके.
And C is taking 18 seconds.
ओके.
इसका एलसीएम लेना है, सो न्यूमरेटर का एलसीएम एंड डिनोमिनेटर का एचसीएफ. सो एचसीएफ ऑफ डिनोमिनेटर इज 1
हाँ
and 45 45 18 का LCM was coming as 60.
अच्छा 60 18 को कितनों से मल्टीप्लाई करोगे तो 60 आएगा अंकल. देखो एलसीएम हमेशा सिंपल ना, 45 और 18 का एलसीएम लेना है. व्हाट इज 18? 9 into 2. व्हाट इज 45? 9 into 5, राइट. तो
5
वापस से
into
9 कॉमन आ गया,
right.
5 और 2 का एलसीएम कितना है? 10.
10 9 90.
कितना होगा एलसीएम?
5 2 9 90.
90, राइट. सो इसका एलसीएम इज 90 एंड आंसर हैज टू बी. ये क्लियर है ना, मतलब 60 तो होगा नहीं क्योंकि 18 इज नॉट, मतलब 60 इज नॉट डिविजिबल बाय 2. ठीक है, थोड़ा सा लंबा कर दिया तुमने, ये और छोटे वे में हो सकता था. सी कब मिल रहे हैं, दिस इज नॉट रिक्वायर्ड, राइट. इट्स नॉट आस्क्ड कि ये कब मिल रहे हैं, कितने डिस्टिंक्ट पॉइंट्स में मिल रहे हैं. सो नाउ कैन यू रिकॉल दैट सेकंड पॉइंट व्हेन आई सेड कि इनको ट्रैक पे मिलना है. सो ए एंड बी विल मीट आफ्टर हाउ मेनी पॉइंट्स, आफ्टर हाउ मच टाइम. ए एंड बी के बीच में रिलेटिव डिस्टेंस इज 900 and if they're moving in the same direction, their relative speed is 40 minus 20 20. So A and B will meet at after 45 seconds. Similarly, B and C will meet after 900 by 10 after 90 seconds. अब बस इन दोनों का LCM ले लो, so it will be 90. Can you recall this thing? मैंने बताया था L upon X minus Y करके.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
This was this point. Point number 2. Okay, so now if we just apply the same logic, A and B are moving in the same direction and C is in the opposite, तो भी तो क्या होगा? First case तो same ही रहेगा. A and B will meet after 45 seconds and B and C will actually meet after what? 10 की जगह relative speed will be 90 because they are moving in the opposite direction, B and C, so they will meet after 10 seconds. So now LCM कितना होगा? 45 and 10 का, it's again 90. So answer of both the questions has to be 90. With this, we have covered, I think, all the possible and important variants of every topic. Okay. Now we'll just solve some mixed questions and then we can try. So please do. So now you have to identify कि question कौन से topics हैं and इसको कैसे solve करना है. A perfect CAT 2021 question I'll see. Samruddhi, what were you trying to do? बताओ.
I was like, if R square increases by 69%, that it will become 169% of.
You're not audible. एक बार repeat करना.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, I started with this one. If R square increases by 69%, it will be R square will become 169% of R square. So R is increasing by 13%. So
If R square is becoming 69%, which means it is becoming 1.69.
116. Huh.
So R is 1.3. Okay.
Yeah. So it is increasing by 30%.
Okay.
Then if R is increasing by 30%, then 13 cube 132197. So it should increase by 2197.
Then R cube will be what? 1.69 into 1.3. Simply a multiplication of these two, which is what? One. नहीं, कितना था ये?
2197.
2.19.
2.17.
Good.
So it is increasing by 1.197%. 1.197. 119.7%.
So it is increasing by 119.7%. Okay.
Then for Q, I was stuck. So Q square is given. Q
No,
square
wait, Samriti. Now, why do you have to check for others? See, wait. मतलब I'll say अगर CAT में आएगा तो see, first thing is you have started with R. Why did you even start with R? Why did you not even focus on P? P तो straightforward है. If P is increasing by 109.7%, so 4p will also increase by 109.7%, which means my answer has to be either cannot be determined or 119.7. इसके beyond तो आंसर ही नहीं होगा, क्योंकि अगर मैं इसको 119.7% बढ़ाता हूं तो essentially it contributes to x, so x should also increase by it. तो या A तो आंसर हो नहीं सकता, B आंसर हो नहीं सकता. एग्जाम में आता मैं if I had to attempt a lot of questions, मैं risk ले लेता, I would have directly marked the answer as C and moved on. -1 होता, but then you have to play such cards अगर attempts को maximize करना है, तो probably 5 सेकंड में question mark कर देता है and then मैं आगे बढ़ जाता. And फिर अगर check करना ही है तो what do you say कि R का तो हमने already done कि R cube is R square is increasing by 69%. So R square is 1.69. So R cube will be 2.197, which means 119.7% increase. Okay. I hope you guys know this, right? कि ये 2.197 है, तो you subtract it by 1 and it is 1.197. So 119.7%.
Yes.
Okay. Similarly, इसका निकाल लो, Q का निकालना है, तो see that a Q to the power 4/3 is 1.69. Okay. So what do you actually want? You want to have Q square here, right? So how do you generate Q square? Q square is nothing but Q to the power 4/3. पहले तो ये जो power 4/3 उसको हटाओ. So you will have a cube and then divide it by 2, right? Now Q to the power 4/3 is increasing by 69%, which means it is 1.69
160.
to the power 3/2. Okay.
Again,
So again same thing.
119.7.
1.3 the whole cube, which is again already calculate कर लिया, so it solves your problem. See, as good as कि जो हम normal question करते हैं 9-10 में कि length और like a perimeter of a rectangle is 2a plus 2b. अभी तुमने a को 10% बढ़ा दिया, b को 10% बढ़ा दिया, so perimeter will also increase by 10%.
10%. Right.
अब mixed questions आएंगे सारे. Please solve this and be very fast. मतलब take this as a CAT exam. CAT में एक question आ रहा है तुम्हारे screen के सामने. How would you solve it? अगर guess भी करना है, educated guess भी लगाना है, do it, but mark an answer. So जितने कम steps लिख सकते हो notebook में उतना कम लिखो. Great, then I'll explain. But trust me, सिर्फ explain करने से नहीं सीखोगे. ठीक है. So see, मतलब overall profit तुमको given है, ठीक है, और सब कुछ percentage के terms में है. So 100 के मानना ठीक था, but it should have been a cost price. कि let the overall cost price be 100 की, क्योंकि सब कुछ in terms of percentage given है, right? Now it's given to you कि overall profit is 20%, okay, which means overall selling price is what? 120K. तभी जाके 20% होगा. This is the overall selling price. This is the overall cost price. अब एक एक individual items का given है. So music CD, let's say CD, and contributed 35% towards the total sales. तो CD से कितना सेल आ रहा है? 35% of 120, which is what? कितना आता है? 42x, like 42K. Okay, and books say, if you say the total sales in rupees from books is 50% more than that of music CD. इसका 42K है, so book से कितना हो रहा है? इसका 50% ज्यादा है, which means 42 plus 21, this is 63K. तो बचा क्या? You left with what? Music CDs. Okay, तो music CD से कितना आएगा? Total is 120. 63 plus 42 is कितना है? 105. So this has to be 15K. So music का तुमको selling price पता चल गया. Similarly, cost price निकाल दो. Overall cost price is 100K. 40% profit है music CD में. Okay, ये शायद music CD नहीं है. This is DVD. My bad. So music CD में you have 40% profit, right? Which means 42 by 1.4, which is 30K. So this has to be my cost price. Similarly, 25% profit है books में. So 25% profit मतलब कितना हुआ? बताओ. 5 by 4 is equals to 63. So 63 into 4 by 5. This would come around to be 50.4. तो जो बचा है 100 से left over वो इसका हो जाएगा, which is what? 80. So this has to be 19.6. So 19.6 is the cost price. You are selling it at 15. So you have a loss of 4.6 over 19.6. Okay. Just simplify this. It has to be, दिख रहा है कि 20 से ज़्यादा ही होगा. So answer has to be 23.4% loss. ठीक है. Please solve this. Again, a very good question. Please do it using the methods that were taught to you as a part of the workshop. ठीक है, shortcut से करना. ठीक है, Nandini, please go on.
Sir, so ABC took 7, 14, 28. So I did it by LCM method. Like
Okay.
28
LCM of 7, 14 and 28 is 28, which means
4 to 1 like efficiencies.
okay, so A, B, C, A does 4 units of work, B does 2 and C does 1 unit of work. Okay. Okay, then
So for first day, ABC work together. So 7 units of work was done on first day.
okay.
Then for rest of the days, B and C were working.
Okay. So are you trying to calculate total number of days taken to finish the work, Nandini?
Sorry, sir.
Yeah. So I'm saying that why are you taking first day? Like, what are we trying to solve and what are we trying to find out? Plus, it is also given the efficiency of A is not 4 now because he is not well. So his efficiency has reduced to something that we don't know. Right? Ye statement hai na? Moreover, as he was unwell, he did not work to his full efficiency, which means 4 units per day का काम उसने नहीं किया है. He did less than it.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. But see, the only information that we are given here is कि B and C ने तो they have finished the remaining work and they have finished the remaining work together. Okay, and at the end C receives for itna work. What percentage of his efficiency did A work on the first day? So see, हाँ, हमको दो सिनेरियो बनानी, right? When A is ill, मतलब when A is ill, तब and when A is not ill. Okay, A is not ill. So if A is not ill, then can I say कि A का contribution will always be 4 by 28 because A is working to his full efficiency, so his contribution will always be 1 by 7.
4.
Okay, so abhi ke liye we are only talking about first day, right? We are only talking about first day because पूछा सब वही है. So first day में his contribution would have been 1 by 7. अगर वो सही से काम करता तो, which means इसका total amount कितना हो जाता? It would have been 1 by 7 of ये जो भी मेरा contribution का division है, right? इसे 2, 4, 5, 000. Okay, which is what? 35,000. So A would have received 35,000 if he was working with his full efficiency. Okay. However, abhi A is ill, and it is given to you that C receives how much? 73,500. ठीक है. Total तो अभी भी वही है, which means तुमको अभी B का भी निकालना है. So now please tell me, अगर B का efficiency is twice of C, and if C is receiving this much, how much should B receive? Twice of it?
14,700. Yeah.
Right. Which is what? 147,000, which means how much has A received now? It has to be total minus these two numbers.
Yes.
Which will be what? 220,500, right?
Yes.
Which means that, just a minute, is this the number that comes up? Sorry, I think ये तो minus होता है. There's the sum. It comes up to 24,500. एक बार check कर लेना my calculation. Okay. So now what we are saying is when A is ill, A receives itna, but अगर A ill नहीं होता तो 35,000 receive करता, which means efficiency of A is what? 24,500 divided by 35,000. You just solve it, you will get 70% of the answer. इसमें number of days नहीं निकालने, so if you are lost ना, then वो unnecessary time waste हो जाएगा.